Jesus praises the widow, but he also condemns the system that puts such unreal, unfair, and unreasonable demands from someone so poor. Jesus sees the widow's generosity, but he also sees how she's being exploited. Sadly, the widow has become trapped. She's trapped in a web of the corrupt ones who are supposed to look after her. Right through the scriptures, God has sent the prophets, constantly reminding that people need to look after the widows and the orphans. That means to look after those who are most vulnerable, most in need. That's what God expects. And now Jesus speaks very clearly against the system that exploits these little ones. It says that Jesus sat down opposite the treasury. I wonder if Jesus sat down opposite the treasury in our time, what similar corruptions might he condemn? Because we can all be drawn unwittingly into systems and structures that deliberately or even incidentally exploit others. As I look back at my years in banking and finance, I can see the corruption, how we exploited those who were poor. We would do everything for those who had money, but for the little ones, we caught them up in a web of exploitation where they were trapped and couldn't get out. And it's still happening. It's in the financial system, it's in the justice system, it's in education, it's in politics, it's in pharmaceuticals, it's with the rice mafia, it's with the fuel mafia. Everywhere now, there's a system that is exploiting, particularly the little ones. And sadly, we're all very good at making excuses for the part that we play. I made excuses for the part I played in my years in banking and finance. So today, yes, we can praise the generosity of the widow. There's no question. She gives what she can. But the bigger challenge of this gospel is to stop and examine our conscience about the ways we participate in systems that exploit other people. The widow is poor and generous. The scribes stand condemned for being rich, for standing up in their long robes, for shouting out prayers all the more loudly, just so they can be seen, just so they can be powerful, just so that they control everybody else, and put the little ones under their thumbs and exploit them for their own gain. In the Gospel, Jesus asks us to make a choice about where we stand. And he calls on us to play our part, to do what we can, to change and to transform the structures of privilege and power that, as the Gospel says, devour the property and the dignity of the little ones. The question is, where do I stand?